Well, as we've heard all evening long, this is a major step in this conflict between Israel and Iran, with the U.S. now helping Israel. This, of course, going to have a ripple effect all around the world. Fraternity University political professor Dr. John Barrett joins us live this evening. Dr. Barrett, thank you so much for joining us. Let us know you're on vacation, so we really do appreciate you joining us this evening. First off, I guess I want to ask, what message does this U.S. strike on Iran send to the world?
Well, it sends a strong message that we're going to support Israel in this war and that we're not going to be on the sidelines. And so we're committed now to a conflict in the Middle East, and that'll have widespread repercussions.
Was this strike legally justified without a declaration of war or congressional approval? And could this maybe become a constitutional issue or even set a precedent for future military action?
Well, we're really kind of in a gray area here because per the Constitution, the Congress must authorize the use of force, and they haven't explicitly done that. But historically speaking, the Congress has usually given the president broad latitude to use force when he thinks it's necessary. And so this will be another case in that vein. I think we'll see the legal arguments and a lot of legal wrangling come out maybe in part over the next few weeks, but in the longer run, it'll wait to see how successful this engagement is.
And over the course of the last couple of weeks, we've seen Israel and Iran both send strikes to each other, retaliating against each other. What do we know about Iran's next move now that the U.S. has stepped in?
Well, it's really hard to say. In the short run, it can be expected that Iran will try to lash out at some of our assets we have in the region. But in the longer run, there's a lot of new possibilities here because of the way that warfare is changing. We've seen, with Ukraine and Israel, them smuggling drones into countries and then striking the countries from within. And so it wouldn't surprise me if we see some attempt at Iran to try to replicate that and smuggle drones into the United States and attack the United States from within.
Here in East Texas, why should people care about what's happening in Iran right now?
Well, this involves us in a very serious conflict. We had just exited conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan, and so now that we're involved in a conflict in Iran, that'll kind of add more to our plate because we're already involved in a significant way in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia. There's a conflict looming between the U.S. and China over Taiwan, and so here's a third area where we're now engaged.
We know this is obviously going to have ripple effects, maybe from gas prices to global stability, as you were mentioning. For viewers at home, what can we expect immediately, maybe tomorrow and next week or in the coming weeks?
Well, I think what you're going to see immediately is a spike in the price of oil. That's going to be the most direct consequence. And then we'll just have to wait and see on how Iran tries to respond and how effective that response is.
All right, Dr. Barrett, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you.